as usual, walks in with a big smile on his face because this is the occasion that he enjoys. Thank you so much for joining us here on Maruti Suzuki Cricket Live. As you can see, it's a packed house. KP is back in the house. He was here yesterday, though. We've got both Grahams. Don't get confused. We've got both of them. We just have to figure out when I ask a Graham a question, which one it's going to be. But the big story for us today is with the big man himself, MSD. If I just take you back to what happened, a little tentative, where he was being ginger, was holding on to his back.
Old age catches up with you, Mayanti. Old age catches up with you. You can't run around and skid around the crease like you used to do 10 years ago. It's a lot of cricket and there's a lot of responsibility, and we all know how much passion he has for CSK and how much pride he has for CSK. It puts the body under stress.
But I tell you what, Super King fans, don't fear, because we'll keep you updated about MSD's progress as well, and just what he said after the KKR game regarding what could have been a tentative injury. Let's take a look.
MS, first of all, how's that back? What's going on?
Spasm, so it's a bit tight right now, but hopefully it'll get better.
All right, so it's been a little bit of time. If, in fact, MSD isn't there, we will, of course, keep you updated right here. But like I said, this is a Southern derby where Chennai Super Kings have kept all the cards close to their chest. Let's find out what's on this show.
Out in Star Trek.
It's a lot of fun to look forward to. Remember, CSK in the back of 3 victories now, 2 points, and you can virtually say that they've got that one leg in the playoffs. But let's speak about a boy from Chennai. He's leading Punjab, and yesterday was an all-round show from Ravichandran World Cup squad that will be in action and in focus today as SRH take on CSK. Speaking of the Sunrisers, look, they've got a light today, none more so than Vijay Shankar, Graham. It's been said that he will bat number 4 for India in the World Cup. All eyes, all pressure, all expectations on this man today.
Well, initially it would have been relief for him getting selected. He would have good performances under the belt and some confidence.
He's going to have to do that at the other end of the spectrum, knowing that Ambati Rayudu is also here. The man who was once upon a time India's number 4. He returns home. This is his home ground where he averages almost 50. And it's time for him to make a statement.
And I remember being at the Asia Cup in Dubai last year when we were there covering that tournament, and he seemed to have sorted that number 4 slot out. So only a few months later,
comes out to bat.
He's definitely been one of the match winners now. Sunrisers have had some problems chasing the last 2, especially what have been below par totals. So let me bring you the Dream 11 pitch report. And Graham, I'll come to you first because there's a dependence of it.
Things. He's got runs, but he's had to work hard for his runs. And I think those bad batsmen in the middle have been the reason why they've struggled.
Yeah. In fact, let's just have a look at what you can expect to see here at the Opal Stage, to see even the best batsman in the world come.
Well, very simple.
As soon as he walks out to the creases, that you're going to use
your inspiration. There is your inspiration, Graham.
Did they put me in the middle here for a reason?
Yeah, they did. Come on, we set you up. What did you think we were
just
doing?
protecting, standing between the two.
We just set you up. I mean, now you figured it out. I tell you what, we'll be watching not just you. We'll be watching our phone-pay super player to watch out for Suresh Raina, who's the captain, the man in charge.
Used to, so he's tickling the ball for 4. Last season he was getting so far across to the quicks, he was getting bowled around his legs. So he's in good form with the bat, which should help him on the field as skipper.
Just played those cautious ones. And let's have a look at team first. Chennai Super Kings will be batting first on these conditions.
You've got to get out and just do the job. I mean, it's sometimes as a captain you can't explain why people aren't performing well. They just you've got to get out there, understand what the situation of the game is, and bat accordingly. And the opening batters have done their job, but now it's time for the middle order to back them up.
And speaking of middle order, no problem there for Chennai Super Kings, because Suresh Raina is the man that we all have our eyes on as captain today. What's the Asian Paints game plan need to be for him?
Got to be straight and on a good length, and that is my game plan for Suresh Raina.
Thanks so much for that, Scotty. One more man that is actually going to have a lot of focus on him today because he was just named in India's World Cup squad is Vijay Shankar. Now, will he be given an opportunity to actually bowl a couple of overs? That's the real question from Sunrisers' perspective. It will help him a little bit to fill into those all-round duties before he actually receives that boarding pass for England. Here's what he had to say ahead of this one. All eyes on Vijay Shankar without a doubt, because he's of course not just been named in that World Cup squad, but also been identified as potentially playing in India's number 4 position. So a chance for him.
We are back.
They were the comeback kings. Now MSD not playing today. Does that mean that the law of averages catch up, make my trip?
Is down on this surface, so we'll wait and see. It should be a good second innings. 133 to get for the Sunrisers.
Well, they've struggled in chases, Sunrisers, but they've got to try and rectify that today as we speak about what just happened in the first innings. Let's have a look at our Mayanti Suzuki top moves. That yellow jersey in the middle order.
Sure.
We know that there's no MSD. Did that
Sure.
at all play a role, you feel?
I don't know if it played a role, but you do know that Captain Cool comes in and he can completely calm a situation down. And he's done it for such a long time, and he's got the confidence, and everybody knows that too. So they'll be knowing that MSD wasn't there today. And unfortunately, when you see a collapse like you've seen there now, you know how struggle with this back throughout the tournament, then it's not good signs for the yellow team.
KP, talk to me about Ambati Raidu. I mean,
Yeah.
all this...
Ground, and when the ground is as big as it is, the wicket's as slow as the wicket is, and the ball got as soft as the ball got, it's quite hard to score. It is incredibly hard to score.
Talking about Raidu and Jaddu are strikers, and you're still showing those sort of...
But there we go. So he is a striker.
Chase. We know Sunrisers have struggled in the last two games to get through those. You remember the last game, they lost 8 for 15.
Yeah.
But the two men who have not struggled at the top, David Warner, Johnny
Warner.
Bairstow, I mean, they've contributed close to 65% of the runs. They're averaging almost...
There are three guys given opportunities and have failed. Bairstow's come in and said, you know what, I'm going to take on this opportunity and I'm going to grab it with both hands. He has. David Warner, we know how good he is. He's been selected for the Australian side now. So is he just going to come in there and bomb it away today, or what's he going to do?
Well, look, you can understand the reliance, because I just want to bring you back to what happened in the previous game.
He's got experience. Yes, he has got experience. But his consistency doesn't warrant the seniority role that you're trying to ask me about in terms of the position that he's got to play.
But I tell you what, we'll have to see what happens in that chase. On the way out, let me remind you, we're in the midst of rivalry week, and you don't miss out on tomorrow. With Chennai Super Kings against Sunrisers Hyderabad, that too in Hyderabad. And of course, the ultimate question, MSD not in action today as a captain, as a batsman. KP, how much was his presence missed?
I think that his presence was definitely missed, and you...
Back spasm that he'd suffered against KKR, so more of precaution. But you saw towards the end when Raidu and Jadeja, both strikers of the ball, were batting. You needed that impetus perhaps from MSD in the middle order for CSK.
Well, they needed the control. They got into trouble and they needed his experience. I mean, that's what MS does today tonight.
Like you said, CSK is still top of the table, so you know that's how you've got to approach. But no problems with the bat, as that thumbs-up charge performance of the day, David Warner. And we told you needed to
beat Pakistan in the last few weeks.
He's scripting quite a comeback.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
But I tell you who's keeping him company so well, and that's our Oppo moment of the day, because Johnny Bairstow got an opportunity against Kar Sharma and he didn't hold back at all.
No, he didn't. And, you know, having played...
Also playing the situation. I think that combo of the international bowlers, you're going to play against 5 bowlers, quality bowlers, who know what they're doing. Warner's going to have to change his technique, or else he's going to struggle to score as freely. Here it's okay, because some of the bowlers in the makeup are not as good as every international bowler from an international lineup.
So now you brought it up, KP. Now, when these two do... No. You led me beautifully to my next point, which was when these two do kind of go for World Cup duties. Then is there a concern about Sunrisers' middle order? We saw a little small blimp today. It wasn't a collapse.
Are the Australians going to leave?
Australians are leaving, I think, on the 1st of May. I think England are first, then Australia. I think it's decided.
Vijay Shankar has to. I mean, we were there when we heard the not showing somebody something.
But I tell you what, that is the role that is designated. So Vijay Shankar knows, you know, being called up for your first World Cup, these are the few weeks he has before he goes. How do you change your mentality or change your approach?
I mean, the other question is what is KL Rahul's role? Jadav, and I look at Vijay Shankar, it's almost like they've picked them because they can bowl.
But it is a good chat, and we will discuss that certainly. Before the moment, Sunrisers at 1. Let's go over for the presentation.
Right, welcome to the presentation.
Really good win for the team here at home, quite comprehensive, gave us plenty of moments to talk about, and also gives us our Maruti Suzuki top moves. Take a look.
There's no panic stations by any means. It's all well and good saying he needs some runs, or I don't think he does, because at the end of the day he's only played 3 games. He's been out with a pec injury, and he's obviously the shots that he's played he's been a little bit unlucky with. So it's in the middle order. Look, I'm sure they'll come good. There's not been too many opportunities, which has been good for us at the top of the order for them to bat.
You've been playing beautifully, buddy. Continue that form, mate.
And Johnny, just finally, I mean, what was your approach to this season in IPL? We've seen some scintillating knocks from you, including that 100. What was your approach going in this season?
Sorry, I didn't quite hear you then, sorry.
What was your approach to this season in IPL?
I think it was just a case of going out and really enjoying it. It's my first IPL. There's a fantastic group and a great environment here at Hyderabad. Cheers, thanks ever so much.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's enjoying that orange jersey, isn't he? Like you said, first IPL, different approach.
Yeah.
Do you think all the English boys chat with each other, a little bit of competition going on amongst all of them? Must be.
I think there might be. I don't know, I can't speak from experience. I was the only one playing in England.
A couple of years at international cricket, and it's been excellent to watch him come into the IPL and be able to adapt that and really make an impact on the biggest league in the world.
And just make that impact. Speaking of selection, so much said about Vijay Shankar. Our Swiggy fastest delivery of the day belongs to him.
You'll need those variations. You'll definitely need something in England, because if a batsman starts to go after you or goes after some of your counterparts or your teammates, then you might just need to stick in there. So if Hardik starts going the distance, then Vijay Shankar might need to come in, then Kedar Jadhav might need to bowl some undercutters. So hey, getting wickets of key players, big players when they're in form will definitely build some confidence.
Confidence breeds confidence, and you need confidence when you take on big rivals, which is what we're going to see tomorrow in the Vivo IPL. Yes, there's some metro cities that go head to head. In the midst of rivalry week, we'll take a quick breather. When we come back, what's in store for you tomorrow? You'll find out. Iyer leading against Mumbai Indians and the Hitman. And you just wonder, Delhi Capitals, they pulled something out of the bag. They're on a streak right now. Do you think they can extend it to a fourth win against the visiting Mumbai Indians?
Well, it's such an improvement from last year, hasn't it? I think it's going to be an awesome contest between bat and ball tomorrow.
The explosive hitters are all there tomorrow, KP, except for you.
They're all there. Yeah, I'm
Please stop giving him so many compliments. I can't handle it.
On that note!
On that note, KP. We will leave the last word with Mr. Peterson. We'll
see you tomorrow.
Good night for now.
Look forward to it.